In a world besieged by environmental collapse and reckless exploitation, hope flickered like a dying ember. Natural disasters were becoming more frequent, and humanity's greed for progress seemed insatiable. But from the chaos emerged a hero, one with the power to summon nature's fury and bring balance back to a crumbling world. Her name was Amal, and her story would echo through history as the rise of the Warden. Amal's connection to nature began early. She was raised in a small coastal village where the sea and sky met in perpetual dance. While most children cowered during storms, Amal would watch from her window, captivated by the streaks of lightning and the distant rumble of thunder. Her grandmother, a revered storyteller, often spoke of ancient guardians who could wield the elements. These wardens, she said, were chosen in times of great imbalance to restore harmony. Amal always dismissed these tales as myth, but her fascination with storms only grew. She pursued a career in meteorology, becoming one of the most prominent experts in her field. Her research focused on understanding extreme weather patterns and their increasing unpredictability. On her 25th birthday, Amal was studying an unprecedented superstorm forming over the Indian Ocean. Driven by curiosity and an unshakable feeling of urgency, she boarded a helicopter to gather first-hand data. But as they neared the storm's eye, the craft was struck by lightning, forcing an emergency landing. Alone and disoriented, Amal stepped into the storm, mesmerized by its raw power. A blinding bolt of lightning struck her directly. Instead of death, Amal felt an overwhelming surge of energy coursing through her body. Time seemed to freeze as she became one with the storm, sensing its anger, its sorrow, and its boundless strength. When the storm dissipated, Amal emerged, changed forever, her body unharmed but her spirit profoundly awakened. Amal soon realized that the lightning had not merely struck her, it had chosen her. She could summon lightning bolts with a thought, calm raging winds with a gesture, and even sense distant weather patterns. These abilities were exhilarating, but they came with overwhelming responsibility. Amal felt like an intruder in nature's domain, unsure if she was worthy of her newfound powers. Weeks of self-doubt and isolation followed. She feared losing control, worried that her powers could cause harm if misused. However, she found strength in her grandmother's words. Nature does not choose lightly. When the world needs balance, it finds a warden. Embracing her destiny, Amal began training herself, learning to channel her abilities with precision and purpose. Amal's transformation into the Warden began with small acts of heroism. She intervened in natural disasters, using her powers to prevent floods, extinguish wildfires, and rescue those trapped in hurricanes. Her actions gained international attention, and rumors of a storm goddess spread across the globe. But Amal's true test came when she discovered ThunderCorp, a multinational conglomerate responsible for some of the world's worst environmental catastrophes. Led by the cold and calculating Victor Kane, ThunderCorp had developed technology capable of harnessing and weaponizing storms. Their experiments had destabilized global weather patterns, causing untold destruction. Amal's first encounter with ThunderCorp was a direct confrontation at one of their offshore facilities. The company's storm-generating machines had triggered a massive hurricane threatening coastal cities. Amal dismantled the machines by summoning a lightning strike so powerful it rendered their operations useless. This act of defiance made her a target for Kane, who saw her as an obstacle to his ambition of controlling nature. Amal's abilities were awe-inspiring, yet demanded great discipline. Amal could summon and direct lightning with precision, using it to destroy machinery, neutralize threats, or illuminate paths in darkness. She could create localized weather phenomena, from torrential rains to cyclonic winds, depending on the need. Her voice, amplified by the roar of thunder, could disorient enemies and send shockwaves that disrupted attacks. Amal could envelop herself in an electrified shield, rendering her immune to physical attacks and short-circuiting nearby devices. Despite her powers, Amal remained cautious. She understood that nature's fury was not to be taken lightly, and trained rigorously to ensure her abilities were used responsibly. Amal's impact extended far beyond her battles. She became a symbol of hope, inspiring grassroots movements to fight for environmental justice. She worked closely with local communities, using her powers not just for protection, but for restoration. She summoned rains to revive drought-stricken lands and cleared debris from disaster zones. Her humility earned her the admiration of millions. Amal never sought glory or recognition. Instead, she used her influence to amplify the voices of those fighting for a sustainable future. The world began to see her not just as a hero, but as a reminder of humanity's responsibility to nature. Victor Kane, however, was not one to be deterred. Obsessed with dominating nature, he unveiled the storm harvester, a machine capable of draining storms and converting their energy into weapons. Kane's vision was to create a monopoly on weather, turning it into a tool of war and profit. Amal knew that the device posed a threat not only to the environment, but to the planet's future. In a climactic showdown, she faced Kane and his forces in the middle of a man-made storm over the Atlantic Ocean. The battle was nothing short of apocalyptic. Lightning and wind clashed with advanced technology as Amal pushed her powers to their limits. Kane's machines absorbed and redirected her lightning, creating an almost insurmountable challenge. But Amal refused to give up. Calling upon the full force of the storm, she unleashed a lightning strike so immense it destroyed the storm harvester, rendering it beyond repair. Kane barely escaped, his empire left in ruins. The destruction of the storm harvester marked a turning point. ThunderCorp crumbled under global backlash, and Kane disappeared from the public eye. Amal, though victorious, paid a heavy price. Overexerting her powers left her physically weakened and in need of recovery. She returned to her village, where she found solace in the company of those who loved and supported her. Despite her weakened state, Amal continued her mission in quieter ways. She mentored young activists, shared her knowledge of the environment, and supported movements dedicated to restoring balance to the planet. Her story became a legend, told in classrooms, protests, and songs. The world began to change, not through her powers alone, but through the collective efforts she inspired. Amal's name became synonymous with resilience and hope, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one person could ignite a movement. Her final words to the world were a call to action. Storms do not destroy, they cleanse, they renew. Let us be the storm that brings balance, the thunder that awakens the world to its responsibility. The Thunder Warden was not just a hero, she was a force of nature, a guardian, and an unyielding symbol of humanity's potential to coexist with the world it inhabits. Thank you for joining us on this journey into Amal's transformation as the Thunder Warden. If you enjoyed this story of resilience and hope, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating tales of heroes who rise above the storm. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And stay tuned for the next inspiring adventure. Together we can spark change and make a difference.